नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बाद। सूरतुल गाशिया। अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। हल अताका हदीसुल गाशिया वुजूहुन यौमइज़िन खाशिआ आमिलतुन नासिबा तस्ला नारन हामिया तुस्क़ा मिन ऐनिन आनिया लैसा लहुम ताअमुन इल्ला मिन ज़री' ला युस्मिनु व ला युग़नी मिन जू'। सदक़ल्लाहुल अज़ीम। Has there come to you the story of the enveloper, the overwhelming, Ghashiyah, the day, which will cover all mankind, the day of resurrection. Wujuhun yawmaidhin khashiyah. Many faces on that day shall be downcast. Amilatun nasibah. Laboring and tired, exhausted. Tasla naran hamiyah. Entering into the scorching fire. Tusqa min ainin aniyah. Made to drink from a boiling fountain. A fountain of boiling water. Laisa lahum ta'amun illa min ज़री'. They will have no food except bitter thorns. La yusminu wa la yughni min juu'. Neither nourishing nor satisfying the hunger. Wujuhun yawmaizin na'ima. On the contrary, many faces on that day shall be delighted. Lisa'yiha radiyah. They will be very much pleased with the results of their endeavors. When they will see the result that they are going to get for whatever they did in the past life, they will be pleased with it. Fi jannatin aliyah. In a very high garden. La tasma'u fiha laghiyah. They will not hear there even any vain talk. A cultured person doesn't like to even listen to gossips and vain talks. Fiha ainun jariyah. In that there is a flowing fountain. Fiha sururun marfu'ah. There are raised couches. Wa akwabun mawdu'ah. And goblets arranged in order. Wa namariqu masfufah. And cushions set in rows. Wa zarabiyyu mabsusa. And carpets spread out. Afala yanzuruna ila al-ibili kayfa khuliqat. So, do they not look at the camels, how they are created? All these creations are signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for the Arabs, these four things, they were mostly before their eyes. They kept traveling, and when they traveled, they used to be on the horses, on the backs of the camels. Under them is the earth, over them the sky, and to right or left of them the mountains. Because this Hijaz, is a mountainous country, so the journey used to be in the valleys. Valley is between two mountains. To right of them mountain, to the left of them mountain. So these four things especially, they are mentioned here. Afala yanzuruna ila al-ibili kayfa khuliqat. So, do they not look at the camel? How they are created? How they are fitting with the environment? Their bodies, their physiology absolutely suits the environment in which it has to live. Wa ila as-samaa'i kayfa rufi'at. And to the heaven, how it is raised high. Wa ila al-jibali kayfa nusibat. And to the mountains to their left and right, how they have been fixed. Wa ila al-ardi kayfa sutihat. And to the earth, beneath them, how it has been spread out. فَذَكِّرْ إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُذَكِّرْ. So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you go on admonishing them, reminding them, inviting them to see all these signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These signs are everywhere in the universe. وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ, and even within yourselves. فَذَكِّرْ. So you go on reminding them, go on admonishing them. لَسْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِمُسَيْطِرٍ. You are not a warder over them. You are not responsible for them. Your function is to convey the message and to admonish them. Now, this point I think must be cleared, that the two levels are different. At the individual level, no man has ever been compelled to accept Islam and will never be compelled to accept Islam. La ikraha fi ddin, qad tabayyana rushdu min al-ghayy. Individuals, this is the rule. But the system, for that, the rule is absolutely converse. If the believers have power and they let the system of falsehood remain, then they are not loyal to the truth. If they have power, they have to uproot the wrong system and establish the deen of Allah, which is the just system of life. If they don't have power, okay, then they have to continue the effort to get that power. The dawah, the training, the organization, all that, what for? So that you have that power, that strength with which you can change the system. So for changing the system, power has to be used. And we shall apply coercion. If we have power, we shall use it. But not for compelling any individual to accept Islam as a mazhab. فَذَكِّرْ إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُذَكِّرْ. So you go on reminding them and admonishing them. لَسْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِمُسَيْطِرٍ. You are not a warder over them. إِلَّا مَنْ تَوَلَّى وَكَفَرْ. But whosoever turns back and disbelieves, فَيُعَذِّبُهُ اللَّهُ الْعَذَابَ الْأَكْبَرَ. Then Allah will chastise him with the greatest chastisement. Why greatest? Because Muhammad is the greatest caller towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the greatest prophet of Allah, greatest messenger of Allah. Quran is the last and the greatest word of Allah. Now even if all these things they don't believe, so they deserve the greatest punishment. Inna ilayna iyabahum, verily, to us is their return. They can't go anywhere else. They have to come to us. Summa inna alayna hisabahum, then on us, upon us, is their accounting and reckoning. It is our duty to tell them this is your account. This is the credit, this is the discredit. Here also you saw, فَذَكِّرْ إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُذَكِّرْ. And because the sermon of Jummah is for tazkir. There is a hadith in the Sahih of Imam Muslim, rahimahullah. كَانَ لِلنَّبِيِّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمْ خُطْبَتَانِ. For the Prophet there were two khutbahs, just as we have today. All the imams, khatibs, two khutbahs, they sit in between them. يَجْلِسُ بَيْنَهُمَا. Used to sit and for some time between the two. كَانَ يَقْرَأُ آيَاتٍ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ وَيُذَكِّرُ النَّاسِ. And this was the subject of khutbah. That he used to recite the ayat of Quran and remind people. So this sermon of Jummah is actually to remind people. And as I explained when we were reading Surah Al-Jummah, actually this is the weekly meeting of Hizbullah, the party of Allah, which is to strive to establish the deen of Allah on earth. And for that purpose, they must keep fresh in their minds the ideology of Islam. If this ideology becomes dim, then their motivation will decrease. Their commitment will decrease. So refresh the ideology, The basic thought, the basic ideology, it must be refreshed every week. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quran al-Azim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa dhikril hakim.